Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video. My sports Gematria. Just wanted to go over a fascinating connection I found today when I did my college basketball picks. This is my Patreon page right here. I make daily sports picks. I give, a clear outline of what my picks are, and then I give a brief description of why I like them. That way you can agree or disagree. Gives you some insight of where my head's at. And then I also give a fair warning of how I've done in the last 4 days in games. That way you can ride my hot streaks and stay away when I'm on a cold streak. But I want to talk about the Illinois game, and I'll probably bring up the Maryland game as well. But what's fascinating is how connected these games are. And even in college basketball, where you have these 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old guys, it's really hard to believe that these guys are scripting plays, scripting points. I mean, they're so young. It's such a disciplined thing to do or to be able to do on a stage like that. And I don't know. I mean, I was 18, 19, 20, 21 at one point, and I don't know. It's really hard to believe that college sports is like scripted on this level. But with that being said, guess what? The numbers still work anyway. Even if you don't believe or whatever you believe, it doesn't matter because the numbers are still there and it's still fascinating. And what I mean by this is on the left side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian calendar, both sides of the Hebrew calendar. And then on the right side is my game number. So it's the games I'm looking at for the day. Away team is on top, which is Minnesota. Head-to-head record in the middle, and bottom team is the home team, which is Illinois. But what's fascinating is today was the 123rd head-to-head game between these two teams, and on the Hebrew civil calendar, it is the 123rd day of the Hebrew civil year. So on the 123rd day of the Hebrew civil year, Minnesota and Illinois play their 123rd head-to-head game. On top of that, Minnesota's coach comes into this game sitting on 123 wins as a coach for Minnesota as they play in their 123rd head-to-head game against Illinois on the 123rd day of the Hebrew civil calendar. How crazy is that? I mean, this is college level sports. Like, it's one thing to think, the NBA and NFL is like the WWE on a professional level, but to think it like these young guys are doing it too, it's pretty wild. But here it is. Here's the numbers, and then of course I had some other things marked that was connected to 21. But I just thought it was really fascinating, the 123, and it being the 123rd day on the Hebrew civil calendar. What's interesting about the Maryland and Iowa game is not only is it the 123rd day on the Hebrew civil calendar, it's the fourth day of the fifth month. Fourth day of the fifth month. It kind of looks like the number 45. And in the Iowa and Maryland game, Maryland's coach gets his 197th win as a coach for Maryland. And mathematics tells us that 197, if it'll go, blowing my steam here. Load. Come on. Well, 197 is the 45th prime number. If it will ever load. If it will ever load. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway. But, yeah, so Maryland's coach gets his 197th, the 45th prime, on the fourth day of the fifth month on the Hebrew civil, like 45. And then it's the 123rd day on the Hebrew civil. Minnesota, Illinois play the 123rd head-to-head, and the Minnesota coach sits on 123 wins as a coach for Minnesota. Fascinating stuff. Yeah. Thanks for checking out this video, guys.